everyone. I'm Chris Hernandez, and this is the Weekly Report, a look at your news from the city of Kansas City, Missouri. You asked for it, Casey, and you got it in record time. Removing dangerous buildings has long been a top resident priority on city surveys. Now, thanks to the aggressive 2-year program launched by City Manager Troy Schulte in June of 2016, we've tackled the entire list, demolishing buildings, selling some for $1 that residents have rehabbed, and clearing blight to create better neighborhoods.
We started with the list on June 1st of 2016 with 804 demolition structures on our demolition. We're now at 895, I believe. So we've only added to the work list as we've gone through this process. So they have been tremendous. They have worked a lot of hours for no additional compensation. They don't get overtime, but they are changing the face of the city, making neighborhoods worthy of reinvestment. I also want to give credit to our land bank, Ted Anderson over there. He's got the fancy hat on, the land bank swag. He's the guy that said, okay, when I came out with my harebrained idea about selling homes that would otherwise be demolished for $1, he said, why not? We'll try to do it.
And I think I want to thank the city, Mr. Schulte and the mayor, for having this program and making this an accessible thing. I think people see house rehabs and they think, oh, somebody rich is doing that or a corporation is doing that. And that's not the case. My husband's a school teacher and I'm a musician, and they don't call us starving musicians for nothing. So this made it accessible to get into a house to rehab and to be able to kind of pay as you go instead of having to have a big amount of money up front. And so it's a great program, and I really appreciate the opportunity to do it.
Lori, on behalf of the city of Kansas City, Missouri, we'd like to present you with this really big check in size and numbers for $8,500. And let me sweeten it by saying, here's your dollar back.
Oh, look at that. I got my dollar back.
$10 million was allocated to fund this effort, and approximately $2 million remain in that fund to demolish additional buildings. The city is launching a new permitting system to make doing business with the city even easier. The new online system will be available anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Compass KC provides city services at your fingertips. It's a one-stop shop for residents and businesses needing permits, plans, payments, and more. This week, frequent users of the permitting process were invited to learn more about it.
Hi, I'm Jeff Williams. I'm the Director of City Planning and Development, and we're here at the open house for Compass KC. Compass KC is the new permitting software that departments all across the city will use to help us be able to get project approvals to you faster. As a customer, you'll be able to go online and submit plans, pay fees, and find out about the status of your applications. We as city staff will benefit from being able to share all the information you provide electronically. The best thing about this system is that a customer will be able to log in and in real time find out the status of their projects. For a mobile population, we want to have a mobile system that lets people in real time at their convenience and their location find out what's happening with their project.
The capital improvement sales tax was overwhelmingly approved by voters this week. The 20-year renewal of the tax funds neighborhood projects throughout the city. The renewal will also allow the city to fund the replacement of the Buck O'Neill Bridge, which transports more than 40,000 commuters each day. The tax has funded citywide projects since the 1980s. Spring in Kansas City brings severe weather. The city of Kansas City wants you to be prepared. Our text notification system called Alert KC helps residents stay safe and in the know with weather warnings and community messages that are delivered directly to your phone. To sign up, text your zip code to 888-777 or go to kcmo.gov/alertkc and provide your address, a cell phone number, and or an email address to receive those notifications. Subscribers may then choose which information they wish to receive, such as alerts, advisories, and community messages. Now, speaking of staying in the know, here is some more news from some of our other city programs and services.
Improvements are happening in the 18th and Vine District. The first is a new water main. The 8-inch main that's in the ground now has been there since 1882. That's 136 years. KC Water is replacing that pipe with a larger 12-inch main for enhanced water service.
We're improving it for all the businesses and the apartments along 18th Street right here.
This project starts at Woodland Avenue and continues west past Truce to Campbell Street. To help lessen the impact on drivers, a lane of traffic in each direction will remain open throughout the project. As often happens, once the digging starts, workers unearth surprises.
We actually opened up the ground and we discovered a bunch of piers for a rail, we think for a rail line. There's a lot of concrete columns along the trench and we've had to remove them every 5 feet or so.
The water main project is expected to be completed in early May. That's when the Public Works Department will start work on street resurfacing, sidewalk repair, landscaping, and other upgrades.
Primarily we want to get our utilities replaced before they come through and beautify the area so we're not tearing it up again later.
This is part of KC Water's Water Main Replacement Program, a strategic and data-driven initiative to replace the water mains that are most at risk of failure. Since the program started in 2014, KC Water has replaced more than 120 miles of water main in Kansas City. All of this work enables KC Water to continue providing Kansas City with safe, reliable drinking water for today's customers and future generations. For KC Water, I'm Brooke Givens.
The City of Kansas City, Missouri is making it easier to do business with City Hall. We're introducing Compass KC. It's a one-stop shop for plans, permits, and more. For example, usually when you're building something, you have to come to City Hall during business hours in order to submit your plans and get your approvals as well as apply for permits. Now you'll be able to upload these plans online as well as get your approvals and even pay for permits all at your convenience. Go to the city's website at kcmo.gov/CompassKC to get started. Receive email notifications when your plans or permits are approved. It's easy to use and it cuts down on paperwork as well as trips to city offices. Go online to use Compass KC City Services at your fingertips.
From April 24th through May 5th, the historic West Bottoms hosts a series of events called Heritage Week, and Heritage Week is supported by the Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund. The events highlight the culture and the history of the West Bottoms. Today we are in the Livestock Exchange Building, which is located at 1600 Genesee in the West Bottoms, with Bruce Holloway, who is a board member of Historic West Bottoms. Thank you so much for being here, Bruce.
Thank you, Consuelo, for this opportunity to talk a little bit about history and culture of West Bottoms again.
Yes. And what was the idea behind celebrating the history and the culture of the West Bottoms?
Actually, I always have to give credit to Sydney Milstein for that. She presented on the history of the 12th Street Bridge, actually the 12th Street Viaduct, back in 2013. And she let us know that it was going to be 100 years old, March 18th, 2015. So that was our first year to celebrate history and the infrastructure of the West Bottoms.
And what other interesting kind of historical tidbits did you find along the way as this event has grown?
Well, one of the things that has been interesting is that there have been several names associated with the West Bottoms. One of the names is Cosmouth, and we're using that this year for one of our events. Another name that some people still like and wish were still around is the French Bottoms. And a third thing just has to do with a certain part of the West Bottoms that's known as the wettest block. And I'll let you all look that up.
Well, in all of these events, the names and the titles all have like a common thread, but they're all represented in the titles or in some of the events that you are having during Heritage Week, which is longer than a week because the event has grown and in the number of activities over the years, because this, like you said, is your 4th year.
This is our 4th year, and we have outgrown our name, so maybe we'll deal with that next year. But we've had a lot of interest, a lot of new groups that wanted to take part this year. In particular, the Healthy Rivers Partnership is going to have an exhibit of the students' art and also bring their Big Muddy Series lecture to the West Bottoms during Heritage Week.
So in addition to the lecture, there are other lectures that are happening too here in the West Bottoms, and there's one that is outside of the West Bottoms. Can you tell us about that one?
Right. One of our longest term partners is the Kansas City Public Library. They have a series called the Missouri Valley Sunday Series. And they've been with us all 4 years, and this year Bill Morley is going to present on Native Americans in the West Bottoms.
And how about the non-lecture parts? Can you tell us a little bit more?
Well, we're going to celebrate too, and we're going to celebrate with music, and we're going to celebrate with food. One of our events is going to be the Stockyards Legends Dinner, which will be a steak dinner from Moxie and the Golden Ox. And we'll have history, and Hot Club KC will play that night. That's a local band. Another music event is going to be with the Grizzly Hand, and they're going to be part of a pig roast. We're going to call it the Wettesbach Pig Roast after a public dedication of sculpture on 9th Street. Our third food event is going to be called Cosmouth Kitchens, and that's going to feature all the restaurants in the West Bottoms for a small bites presentation, and then history and sketch comedy the same night. That's really our final event that the Historic West Bottoms is sponsoring.
And if people want to buy tickets or want to attend events, where's the best place to go to find out all of the information?
The best place to go where you can see everything is at the website for Historic West Bottoms, and that's whb-kc.com.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Bruce, for taking time to talk to us about all of the events that are happening during Heritage Week.
Again, we appreciate this opportunity.
Great.
The Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund supports local nonprofits that bring cultural, social, educational, and recreational activities to our area. To learn about additional upcoming events, visit kcmo.gov/ntdf.
Lots of people came out to an open house this week to give their input on the proposed expansion of the streetcar line.
We're here tonight down at the Country Club Plaza to get some feedback from the public on how to extend the Kansas City streetcar to the University of Missouri, Kansas City.
Tonight we want to talk to the community about what they want to see in a streetcar, where stop locations could go, what lane the streetcar could run in, learn about it, what their concerns are as far as left turn lanes, driveway access, that kind of stuff. And we're going to take that input and use that while we design for the next meeting.
We're excited to see a good turnout tonight, and we'll be incorporating that public input as we move forward in the process through project design and important applications for federal funding as we look to bring the project to completion.
The streetcar has far surpassed ridership projections, with more than 3 million riders to date during its first 2 years of operation, as well as sparking billions in new economic development projects downtown. Residents also provided input about the future of 18th and Vine District at an open house at the American Jazz Museum. The city is investing $27 million in redevelopment projects that include the demolition of several dangerous structures, as well as adding new parking to the area.
You know, I think one of the things that all of us are certainly aware of here in Kansas City is that 18th and Vine is an authentic piece of Kansas City history. And this is one that all of us, we take great pride in. It's known for its jazz, it's known for its barbecue, it's known for its baseball, and it's known for so much more. And so this allows for us to envision and think about what is going to be the next phase of 18th and Vine for 20 years to come, or even further. And so today we're listening to the community with our community input session and hearing directly from them about what they want to see in 18th and Vine.
Last week, the Urban Youth Baseball Academy also opened in the district. The academy is a collaboration between the city and Major League Baseball. Spring may have officially started according to the calendar, but for Kansas City, spring really starts when the fountains start flowing. Now, this year's Fountain Day will be held on Tuesday, April 17th, with a ceremony at 11 a.m. at the newly refurbished Spirit of Freedom Fountain. Work included new plumbing, pumps, and lighting. The fountain is located at Emmanuel Cleaver II Boulevard and Cleveland Avenue. A reception following the ceremony will be held at the Bruce Watkins Cultural Center. If yard cleanup is on your spring list of things to do, you are in luck. The city's curbside leaf and brush collection starts in the Northland the week of April 9th, followed by South Zone pickup the week of April 16th. Central Zone collection starts the week of April 23rd. Remember, you may leave up to 20 bags or bundles of leaves and brush on the curb on your regular trash pickup day. The city's leaf and brush drop-off sites are also now open. The sites are located at 11660 North Main, 1815 North Shoto Traffic Way, and 10301 Raytown Road. Drop-off is free to residents on Saturdays with identification. For more information on how it all works, just visit kcmo.gov/leafandbrush. And that does it for this edition of the Weekly Report. To view this program again or our other Channel 2 videos, go to kcmo.gov/channel 2. That page has a link to our YouTube channel, and you can view our programs on demand. I'm Chris Hernandez. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.